Today, we're going to be ranking ways to boost your testosterone from S tier all the way down to D tier. This isn't all the methods out there to boost testosterone. I actually dedicated months of my life one time to build out the most specific testosterone boosting protocol and come to actual conclusions. And that's in the Spartan protocol. Will be the first link in the description. First one is no FAP. So not beating your ding dong. This is an absolutely amazing thing that pretty much everyone should be doing. I think playing with your willy is a bit zesty. I mean, you're touching a guy, meanwhile the guy is touching you. If that's not gay, then I don't know what is. This can boost testosterone, but only temporarily. It's going to spike it and then it's basically going to return back to average. You will see a lot of athletes doing this before big fights or competitions for this very reason, that it will give them a big testosterone spike. I'll put this in. I'd say it's a good way to temporarily boost it, but I'm going to C. Go C, yeah, because it's not going to have any really long-term effect, but it is really good for your mental health. Next, we have ice baths. Everyone loves ice baths. Now, this can temporarily, once again, boost testosterone, but long-term effects on your testosterone, it's going to be negligible. I mean, I know people swear by this, and I love ice baths as well. Like, I used to do it every single morning, but I really think the main benefit in ice baths is honestly just to wake you up. I will put this in C tier. I think it just belongs with no fat. What do you think? Yeah. Next, we have Fedoja agrestis and Tonkat Ali for all of our natural testosterone boosting lovers. This is a supplement people take to boost their testosterone naturally. Most studies you can find on the internet are pretty legit. It says that it can boost it up to 20%, which is true. And I've taken this myself for long periods of time. My balls went huge and it boosted my testosterone. You won't really see like the muscle building effects of testosterone that much, to be honest, but you will see a big increase in libido. That is without a doubt. I'm gonna put it into like B tier. Next up, we have supplementing vitamin D. Now, I think this is almost essential, as pretty much nobody is getting enough vitamin D through the sun. Chronically low vitamin D levels massively reduces your testosterone and just a bunch of other health markers as well. This is more just replacing a deficiency that you have rather than like an extra thing on top. Like, most likely the testosterone benefit you'll see from this will be from you filling in that deficiency that you had. So if you're already getting a lot of sun, if you spend all day in the sun, this might not help you as much. Also, if you're taking vitamin D, make sure to take it with K2 because it helps with the absorption. I'm just going to put it into A tier. Yeah, A tier for sure. All right, next we have testosterone, the injectable anabolic steroid. So this is obviously going to be S tier because you're literally just injecting it. Like, nothing can affect your testosterone levels if you are injecting it. Now, most people shouldn't do this shit, to be honest. Like, it is bioidentical, that is true. But if you're taking this outside of TRT doses, you are putting stress on almost every organ in your body. This has great application when guys get older and their testosterone starts to decrease with age, and that becomes, like, honestly, like an elixir to life. I think testosterone is one of the best drugs we've ever invented. Everyone watching this video right now should get their testosterone levels checked if they're experiencing low testosterone symptoms. Next, we have sprinting. This is kind of like the ice bath thing. You will see a slight increase in testosterone from sprinting and any hit movement, really. Yeah, this is a temporary effect though. It's an acute effect, and if you just think primarily, it makes sense. You know, if you're running away from an animal and you're on the verge of death, obviously your body's going to shuttle testosterone into your system so that you can push yourself harder. I'm just going to put it into like C tier with the rest of the temporary boosters. Next, we have heavy lifting to boost your testosterone. This is a great way to boost your testosterone. Not only will it spike your testosterone temporarily, but it's going to keep you in a healthy testosterone range. Yeah, and you will feel the effects of this if you go through a really hard workout. You feel pumped up after it, and you feel more like lubricated to even just like the environment. Like, you will feel higher testosterone. You'll be more inclined to want to socialize and be productive after it. So that short spike is really potent, and then even just long term, it's going to maintain testosterone levels. If we put this in A tier, what do you think? 100%. Next, we've got sunlight. So like we mentioned, no one's getting enough, and this is just another way to increase your vitamin D levels. Although you actually have to spend quite a bit of time in the sun, and it needs to be good sunlight to actually get enough vitamin D. What the sun can do is really regulate your circadian rhythm. That's why every morning I'll pretty much, first thing I'll do is open my eyes and just stare straight at the fucking sun. I think it's amazing for you. I'll probably put this in, it has to go into A tier. A tier, yeah, for sure. Next, we have Maca root. This is something that a lot of people don't know about, and it's something that I took for a long period of time. Essentially, the theory goes that it boosts your libido, therefore it then boosts your testosterone as well, but there's really limited evidence to show that it actually boosts testosterone long term, and that libido effect is very real. It is very real. I took it and my head was on a swivel every time I was outside. If you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna put into D. Next, we have having sex. I'm sorry, incels. This is like actually a great way to increase your testosterone. I mean, if you have like a good session, and even if you abstain towards the end and you don't actually bust, you do feel the effects of this. Once again, pretty bro science, but I'll probably put this in A tier, to be honest. Next, we have Enclomiphene. So this is a SERM. It's a selective estrogen receptor modulator. Put simply, it simply just blocks the estrogen receptor. So it signals to the brain that you have no estrogen. Therefore, it thinks, well, testosterone converts to estrogen. So if you have no estrogen, we have no testosterone. So your body will produce more testosterone because of that. And some people have started to suggest that it could be a replacement for TRT. I don't think it could be, but it does have its use cases. Yeah, use cases could be PCT, so actually bringing up your natural testosterone levels after you just tank them with a SARM cycle or even a test cycle. That's mainly its use case right now, but some people are using it long term to boost their testosterone. I don't know really why, to be honest, when you could just inject the real stuff. There's no real long-term studies on this stuff, so I wouldn't really be taking it. I'll probably put it in, it does work though. It does work. It's got to go into SD just because of how potent it is though. Yeah. Like you can raise your levels to as high as you really want, like high thousands with this. Once again, we're not recommending it, but we're putting it there for the sake of it will boost your testosterone. Like it's not a code. Next we have eating healthy fats. This is just like probably the #1 diet tip I have for regulating your hormones. When bodybuilders cut down to really lean body fats and they cut out fats completely, this is what will ruin their hormones. It's just cutting out healthy fats, reducing it next to none, and it's trying to survive off only proteins and carbs. I highly do not suggest ever doing that. This was another reason I decided to go on keto when I went on my really big cut and I got to like that 10% body fat. And I found it was way easier and I felt a lot better than when I did it normally. And I assume it's because my testosterone levels were at a way better range being that lean because I was replacing all my carbs with fats. I'm honestly going to put this into S tier. Yeah, it has to go into S tier. It's just simply because it's like a dietary change that's going to have such a potent effect. Next we have sleep. This has got to be S tier. Like this is the #1 thing you can do to increase your testosterone. If you are chronically underslept, you will feel your testosterone go to the gutter. And you'll notice if you don't get any sleep, then it's pretty unlikely that you're going to wake up with morning wood. And having consistent morning wood is a pretty good sign that you're in a pretty good range in terms of testosterone levels. So, and it's just like a massive cascading effect if you don't get sleep. If you don't get sleep, you can't train hard, you can't make gains, and then you have chronically high cortisol levels, which inhibits testosterone as well. And it's just a big fuckery that you really don't want. So 8+ hours of sleep is probably the most potent thing you can do as a natural. And that's it, guys. Let us know if you would reorder this or rearrange it. We are going to do a part 2, so subscribe for that. And once again, the entire testosterone protocol list is within the Spartan protocol. You guys are robbing us. We're going to massively jump the price after it hits 250 members. I think there's only like 10 spots left, so it's definitely going to fill up right after this video. That being said, we'll see you in the next video.